Project Mew, Gary and Iris, Ash's Infernape, the Crown Tundra, brand new characters. The craziest Pokemon Journeys trailer yet just dropped, so let's talk about the 5 hype train cars of the hype train that is currently delighting Pokemon Journeys fans. Hey everyone, it's Charles. How are you today? To be honest, I have been feeling a little bit less invested in Pokemon Journeys recently, but after the 1 minute and 26 seconds of pure hype fueled by the most delicious presentation you could ask for, I have to say that I am stoked for what is to come. And hilariously, the breakdown of the badass trailer that just dropped is going to be sandwiched between a video that praises Journeys very highly and a video that will spank it so hard that it cannot sit for a week. So that's awkward, I know, but do enjoy the 2 videos full of positivity as well as tomorrow's video because it does bring a lot of useful criticism to the table. Anyways, unless you have had your Rotom phone set to no hype Pokemon anime news please mode for the last 24 hours, then you are likely familiar with the banger trailer that followed last night's filler episode. A banger that banged out 5 big reveals that will define the future of Pokemon Journeys. And instead of walking through the trailer frame by frame, though I highly encourage you to check out the trailer because it is totally lit, in today's video we are going to zero in on the 5 big juicy reveals, and as always it is going to be a fun time, so kindly request your Pikakuno to ice beam the warmth out of that like button's body and watch it slump to the ground for the YouTube algorithm, and let's jump right in. Firstly, Project Mew. In the words of Big Oak, Professor Oak to the peasants out there, a full-fledged team has been put together to search for Mew and is recruiting members. Assembling a juggernaut team to venture into the wilderness to find Mew sounds like we will finally be getting some structure around Go's goals and a proper adventure with a sense of purpose. It also appears that this storyline will span several episodes and may actually link a series of episodes together into a coherent and exciting plot, something that we haven't seen before or after the 4-episode Darkest Day arc. And that is wonderful to hear. So far, from what I gather from the trailer, and this is speculation, we have 5 known members of the team, Ash and Go, a returning fan favorite, and 2 fresh characters. Furthermore, it seems like there are going to be some interesting dynamics between the members of the team, and who does not love vertical liftoff flying machines? Delicious. I just hope things turn out better than they did for that other Mew expedition. The second of the 5 train cars on the current Pokemon Journeys hype train is the additional context around returning characters. Boy oh boy, as soon as we saw those thick Blastoise thighs that is, we knew that Gary was back on the radar, and sure enough we then cut to a shot of Ash, Go, and Gary Oak, along with his Electivire, Pikachu's best friend. And with the help of a strange fire monkey, the A-team is engaged in hand-to-hand combat with a feisty Moltres, and I do hope Go has better luck with this one. From what we can observe, it seems that Gary has continued along the track towards becoming a professor that he switched to after losing to Ash in the Silver Conference, and is merely lending his research expertise to Project Mew. He fits into Ash and Go's research quest quite perfectly, but beyond that, I know we are all waiting to see Gigantamax Blastoise hit the pitch, because you know Gary is a very, very competent battler and we all want to see it. We also saw additional clips of Iris, presumably all from the Dragonite vs Dragonite episode, and with both Ash's Dragonite and Dracovish showing their stuff in the clips, we can infer that it is a 2 vs 2 match, begging the question, who is Iris's second Pokemon? Haxorus, Dredagon, a Bunnelby? The icing on the cake here is that she is wearing her championship outfit from the games, which makes one wonder if she has conquered the Unova League and put herself on equal footing with Ash as a victorious league champ. So it is obviously dandy to see these returning characters, but it is also dandy to see the first return of one of Ash's aces. Paying a visit to Professor Oak's lab, the boys discover that Infernape has been MIA and go off to look for him. Evidently, they do link up, as the trailer shows Ash and Infernape squaring off against a Moltres with the gang, and it is as badass as it sounds. Equally awesome is that we also see Ash with a bunch of his other Pokemon, and I'm sure we are all hoping that he takes some of the other classics out for a spin at some point. Because you know, you want more Charizard screen time. And it is unclear whether or not this will be a one-off episode, but the Z Fighters have assembled, and it's awesome that Go will finally be able to meet Ash's Pokemon. But more than anything, I am really fired up to see Infernape in action, and I know that you are too. While I am very excited for the returning friends and returning Pokemon, I have to admit that the most tantalizing piece of the new trailer had to do with the hints at the 2 solid story arcs that will present Pokemon journeys with an actual narrative structure. Hopefully. And in addition to the Project Mew setup, the opening shot of Go in a familiar orange jacket was an immediate giveaway that, we are also getting a Crown Tundra storyline, which will almost certainly sprawl across multiple episodes, because if it doesn't, I am personally going to walk to OLM's office, give them a box of chocolates, and ask them to stop wasting Pokemon Journey's potential. Anyways, it is interesting that we see Urshifu appearing in this segment. In the games, Mr. Big Bear is the golden boy of the Isle of Armor expansion pack, so I wonder if this means they are either 1, bundling all of the DLC together into one story bit set in the Crown Tundra era, or if 2, the group will head to the Isle of Armor later on. Obviously, I am hoping for option number 2. Lastly, we were introduced to 2 new characters, both of whom look pretty interesting, and based on my intuition, seem like they actually might have some character development backing them up, which, correct me if I'm wrong, would be a first for any character in Pokemon Journeys outside of Go and Chloe. Firstly, we have Asahi, who looks like someone got their Shinon and Hunter J cosplays crisscrossed. She seems like a bit of a tsundere character type, and likely has some mysteries surrounding her. Both her appearance and the ship that we see being used as part of the Project Mew project give off some mad Hunter J vibes, so I do wonder if there's a connection. Also, there was a character back in Advanced Generations who was also named Asahi, but unless that girl dyed her hair and bought a bunch of "look at me, I'm fan service" K-pop clothes, then they don't seem to be the same person. Oh, K-pop, where would we be without K-pop? Secondly, we have Tsurugi, who is a powerhouse badman rocking a single strike Urshifu, and he is one of the best aspects of the trailer in my opinion, because he actually cracks down on Go and Ash, unlike every other character in the series who seems to just pussyfoot around them or be completely indifferent to their occasional clashes with stupidity. It is so refreshing to see someone call them out. As he says, "You're unfit for the job. If I didn't step in, both you and your Pokemon would have died." And that is the kind of remark that would have gotten the old school Ash fired up, and I hope he still has the spark to get rattled and worked up by that kind of statement and strive to better himself and then go after Tsurugi. Because spark and pride have long been a part of Ash Ketchum's character, but are 2 elements that I have not seen a whole lot of in Journeys. Well, with that said, the 5-car hype train has reached its destination. But how about you? What aspect of the trailer got you the most hyped? Do you think Ash and Gary will square off in a battle? And what is on your wish list for Pokemon Journeys episodes over the next few months? I'm curious what you think. Well, thanks for watching everyone, and as always, let's chat.
What?